Hey y'all, it's Kelly Clarkson with Wayfair, where delivery and setup are as easy as a few taps on your phone. Picture this. You're relaxing in an old hammock, scrolling Wayfair's app when you spot it. A brand new patio set. Next thing you know, Wayfair delivers it right to your patio and sets it up. Oh, you need a new grill too? All right, Wayfair's got you covered. With Wayfair's room of choice delivery and fast expert setup on qualifying orders, life gets a little easier. Visit wayfair.com or the Wayfair app.
Wayfair, every style, every home.
Are you ready to unlock the power of digital marketing? I hope so, because in this episode, we're diving deep into, well, digital marketing. Yeah, we're going to explore why digital marketing is essential for business today and provide you with some examples of different tactics that you can use to reach and engage your target audience. So, you're looking to learn all about digital marketing for beginners? Then stay tuned and find out.
Being an entrepreneur sounds like, yes, another new client. I did it. But it can also sound like, I am really not understanding this technology and I'm feeling so overwhelmed. Am I even cut out for this? That's why I started the Dark Horse Entrepreneur Podcast to help infopreneurs, coaches, and course creators who want to build a business online but are battling technology, overwhelm, procrastination, and even imposter syndrome. Think successfully, think differently, think bigger, and take action by learning tips from an array of business owners, all dropping knowledge on the Dark Horse Entrepreneur Podcast. Check us out at www.darkhorseschooling.com.
What is up? What is up? What the heck is up, my Dark Horse friends and family? Welcome back to another dose of digital marketing learning. I am your Dark Horse host, Tracy Brinkman. Yeah, you know what? We've talked about an array of topics since I started this podcast almost 3 years ago. This is episode, 407? And we've covered a wide range. And one of the things I keep seeing on my radar is, what is digital marketing? And I know for so many of us, we're like, well, duh, we all know what digital marketing is, but there are so many folks out there that really don't get it. They think they understand what it is. So here's what I'm going to do. In this episode, and probably the next 4 episodes, I've broken it down into 5 sections. We're going to cover digital marketing, right? We're going to cover what it is, what it's about, and then I want to give you some tactics and some steps that you can use starting right now. No, not then, but right now. So that you could step right into your business and start attracting people in. Now, the first one, well, let's talk about what all 5 of them are going to be, right? So the first one is, obviously, this episode that you're in right now, what is digital marketing? And in the next one, we're going to talk about setting up your digital marketing strategy. And these things kind of have a flow to them. Because if you don't understand what all digital marketing is, how are you going to set up a strategy with it, right? And then we're going to talk about social media marketing. Then we're going to talk about search engine optimization. Yeah, people call that SEO. And then finally, we're going to talk about email marketing. And maybe we might do one more episode as a kind of a wrap up and additional tips and tricks. But certainly for the next 5 episodes, that's how it's going to be broken down. What is digital marketing? Setting up your digital marketing strategy, social media marketing, SEO, search engine optimization, and finally, number 5, email marketing. So let's start at the top, right? Digital marketing. What is it? Digital marketing is the practice of promoting products and services using digital channels. Well, duh. Right, we're talking about channels like social media, search engines, email, and all the other online platforms, right? Heck, I'm recording this on March 11th. By the time it comes out and you listen to it, there could be 3 new platforms out there. Who knows? But really, digital marketing is this umbrella term that encompasses a variety of marketing strategies and tactics, all aimed at your ability to reach and engage the customers out there in the digital sphere, in the digital space, right? In the ether, as some people call it. Now, this begs the question, why is digital marketing important? Well, simply put, that's where the people are. Right? think about it. In today's world, consumers are spending a significant amount of time online, whether that's browsing their social media channels, out there, or maybe they're just searching for information on the search engines or simply checking their email. Digital marketing allows you as the business owner to connect with your target audience where they're already spending their time. Yeah. So let's take a look at some examples of digital marketing. Now, I kind of mentioned them earlier. We're just going to do a brief overview here, and then we're going to get into the meat for today's episode. Social media marketing. One of the most popular forms of digital marketing is social media marketing. It involves promoting your products or services on those social media platforms. So we're talking about the Facebooks, the Instagrams, the Twitters, the LinkedIns, Insta, TikToks, whatever it might be. Here's the thing. You as a business or as a brand, you're going to get out there and you're going to create engaging content, maybe run targeted ads, and engage with your followers to build a relationship and drive traffic to your website. There you go. And hopefully they'll buy your stuff. And then now the next one is search engine optimization. A lot of people call this SEO. It involves optimizing your website and the content on it so that you rank higher in the search engine results pages, also known as SERP, or some people just call them SERPs. All right. And so you want to rank for those relevant keywords. So for me, it might be digital marketing, entrepreneurship, online course building, how to start a podcast, things like that. So by appearing at the top of those SERPs, you as a business owner can create your visibility. You can increase your invisibility and drive more organic traffic to your website. Why do you care about organic traffic? You care about organic traffic because it's free, right? And free traffic is the best traffic. We'll talk about more about that later. Now, next you have email marketing. Email marketing involves sending targeted messages to your subscribers to promote your products or services. Now, please pay attention to this. I said email marketing involves sending targeted messages to subscribers to promote your products or services, to build relationships and drive conversions. You didn't hear me say anything about spamming everybody under the blue moon. No, you want to send targeted message to people that have signed up for your stuff. There you go. You want to promote products and services. You want to build relationships. Relationships are going to sell so much faster than anything else and drive conversions. It's a highly, even today in 2023, it's a highly effective form of marketing with an average ROI, return on investment, of 38-1. Yeah, you heard that. 38-1. You're going to want to learn about that when we get that into that episode. And last but not least, well, there's two more left on down here. You've got PPC, right? Pay per click. That's advertising. PPC advertising involves placing ads on search engines or social media platforms and paying each time someone clicks on your ad, right? It's like, it's almost like a no-lose scenario. All right, Mr. Platform, here's what I want you to do. I want you to display my ad on your platform 87,000 times, but I'm only going to pay you for every time someone clicks and comes over to my website. This allows businesses to reach highly target audiences and drive traffic to their website really fast. Now, there's some pluses and minuses here, which we'll talk about in that future episode. And then finally, we have content marketing. Now, content marketing involves creating and sharing valuable information, right? Creating that valuable content so that you can attract and engage your target audience. Now, this could be podcasts, right? Blog posts, videos, infographics, ebooks, lead magnets, all with the goal of building trust, right? That know, like, and trust factor in establishing yourself or your business as the thought leadership in your niche, in your industry, in your space, whatever that might be. So overall, digital marketing offers businessmen and women and businesses of all types a range of tools and techniques to reach and engage with customers on. Now, the reason I want to do this little series of probably 5 or 6 episodes is that by understanding the different strategies and tactics available, businesses can create a comprehensive digital marketing strategy, which we're going to talk about in the next episode, to meet their goals, your goals, and drive the results that you desire, heck, that you deserve, okay? Now, let's start at the top of the list, right? Social media marketing. Now, social media marketing is by far one of the most popular and very effective forms of digital marketing that is in use today. It involves, once again, promoting your products or services on those social media platforms out there in Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, TikTok, you just name it, Reddit, it's all out there. Now, here's some of the key components of having a successful social media marketing strategy, right? Grab your pencils. I know you're going to want to write this down. First things first, let's understand our audience, shall we? Yeah? To be effective in any marketing, niche marketing, general buckshot marketing, but to be effective in social media marketing, you're going to need to understand your target audience. That's all there is to it. You're going to need to know who they are, what their interests are, what problems do they have that your product or your service is going to solve. Now, maybe you don't have a product or service and you're just looking for it. You still need to know who they are. You still need to know what they're interested in, and you're still going to need to learn what their problems are. Now, see, here's the thing. Understanding your audience is going to help you create content that resonates with them. That resonance drives engagement. And creating engaging social content, that's next on the list here. You have to do that, right? So if we're talking about the 5 things you need to do, you need to understand your audience. You need to create engaging content. You need to run targeted ads. You need to engage your followers. And then you need to target and measure your results, right? So we've already talked about understanding your audience. Now we're going to create that engaging content. Social media is a highly visual medium. I started this podcast 3 years ago. I recorded really every one of the interviews I did, but I never put them up for the longest time, right? Shame on me. But because now, and when I started doing that, I started getting higher engagement rates because, as I mentioned, social media is a highly visual medium. So making eye-catching graphics, creating awesome videos, and having cool photos almost becomes essential. Yeah. The goal is to create the content that grabs people's attention, right? Pay attention, dude, and encourage them to engage with your content, with your brand, or with you. It could be your personal brand. It could be your company brand. All right. Now, the next one is once you got that going, right? You get that, okay, I feel this. I know who I'm talking to. I know where they're at. I know what their problems are. And man, I've got the perfect service for that. And I've got the engaging content. They're doing the likes and they're responding to my posts, etc. Now, what you want to do is you want to run some targeted ads. And best about every single one, actually, I think all of them, of the social media platforms will allow you to run highly targeted ads to reach your ideal audience. You can target by demographics such as age, gender, locations, as well as interests, behaviors, and so much more. I'm talking about Facebook alone. I know I have a targeting that says, show me everyone that has interacted with this specific video that I created. Yeah. So I would take one of the interview videos that I've done, right? And I would take maybe a snippet out of it, just this gem, this knowledge bomb that my guest would drop. And then I would put it out there and I would share it. And then what you can do, and videos are great for doing this because you get very low cost watches. They call them view-throughs, I believe is what it's called. You would get it out there and people would view it, and then they would view it. And as long as it's being viewed, man, Facebook's going to keep pushing it out there. Then what you can do is say, okay, everyone that watched this video, we'll now show them this video. Maybe it's another part of the interview, or it's a whole nother interview altogether and the two are aligned. Then what you can do is you can create what's called a lookalike audience. Okay, everyone that watched this video, at least 75% of it, I want you to create another audience that looks like them, but it's not them. So it allows you to find those people that are like the people that end up watching this video, but it's not the people that watch this video. They have the same interest and same, they have all these behind the scenes things. So this is amazing, the things you can do. We'll talk about that more later on. Now that you got their attention, right? You want to engage your followers, right? Social media, my friends, is a two-way conversation. You got to pay attention to that. So it's important to engage your followers. Ask questions, get their opinions, put up posts. Yeah, you want to deliver the value, but you want to get their input as well, right? And then you want to respond to those comments and messages and ask for feedback and share user-generated content to build a relationship back and forth, two-way communication with your audience. How many times, I can't tell you how many times I've asked a question out there and they're like, oh my God, you actually answered that. Because I'll maybe put a comment on there and then I would reply to it, me, myself, not some VA somewhere else. And they're like, wow, I didn't expect that. It's awesome. They appreciate that, right? And then finally, as I mentioned earlier, you want to track and measure results. As with any marketing strategy, it's essential to track and measure the results of your social media marketing efforts. Look, you're going to want to look at the metrics such as engagement, clicks, conversions, watch time. If you're doing videos, right? Did they watch 25% of it? Did they watch 50, 75% of it? The people that maybe watch 25% of it, maybe they aren't your crowd, but man, they get to that 75% mark. You're on to something. You want to pay attention to that, right? So the engagement, the clicks, the conversions, to determine what's working and what's not. Man, if you drop and what you think is the most amazing piece of information out there and you get crickets, here's what you don't want to do. You don't want to keep dropping that kind of content because they don't care, all right? So keep creating the stuff that they do want. Now, here's some examples. Told you I would give you some examples. Here's some examples of some successful social media marketing campaigns. Now, let's go back to 2017. Wendy's had the hashtag Nuggets for Carter campaign. This was a teenager named Carl Wilkinson. He tweeted Wendy's, asking them how many retweets he would need to get free chicken nuggets for an entire year. Yeah, he's right. Well, if they don't reply, what have I got to lose? Well, Wendy's did reply. They replied with 18 million. And thus began the hashtag Nuggets for Carter campaign. The campaign went viral. And, well, sadly, while Carter didn't reach the goal of 18 million retweets, he did become the record holder for the most retweeted tweets that year. So that was a good one, right? Let's go back to 2011, my old alma mater, Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola launched the Share a Coke campaign, which involved, right, you've seen it, the bottles, they print the popular names on the bottles, and they asked their customers to share a Coke with friends and family. The campaign was a huge success, and Coca-Cola reported a 2% increase in sales and a 7% increase in the number of people who drank Coke. Now, some of you might be saying, 2% increase in sales? Who gives a shit about that? What you think about the volume of Coca-Cola and their sales, 2%. I know way back when I worked for them, I think they hit the billion bottle mark. Add 2% on top of that. It's a big damn number, y'all. All right. And plus, it's 2% for free, if you think about it, right? All right, let's talk about the Dollar Shave Club. Back in 2012, the Dollar Shave Club had the Our Blades Are Effing Great. In 2012, the Dollar Shave Club launched a hilarious video featuring their CEO, who was talking about the company's razor blade. The video went viral, and the company gained over 12,000 customers in the first 48 hours after that video was released. 48 hours, 12,000 customers. Could you handle that volume? This is the magic of an effective social media campaign. Social media marketing can be highly effective and a great way to reach out to, engage with, and build that know, like, and trust factor with your target audience by creating engaging content, running targeted ads, and engaging with your followers. You can build a strong online presence and drive results for your business day in and day out. Man, we are already 20 minutes into this, and I still got more to go over on these first group of topics. And here's what I'm going to have to do. I'm going to cut this episode here, and we're going to continue on with SEO and email marketing and pay-per-click and content marketing in the next episode. I don't want to keep you belabored here too long. Some of you love the longer podcast, and some of you do not. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to end this right here, and we're going to continue with the other pieces of this on the next episode. And with that, I'm going to leave you as I always do. Think successfully and take action. Thank you for listening to the Dark Horse Entrepreneur Podcast.
Thanks for tuning in.
Check us out at www.darkhorseschooling.com.
All right.
My name is Tracy Brinkman.